Open your eyes, see that guy over there. We're gonna 3, 2, 1 him. Don't be afraid. Aim at him with me, and we'll kill him together. Oh, we'll shoot him together. Oh, we killed him together. Open your eyes. Love me. I went back to the real song, sorry. Anyways. Hello.
Howdy, boys and girls.
Disney-esque.
Welcome back, everyone. Episode 58.
8. This one?
9.
Oh, you want to know 59? I'll tell you. I'll
tell
tell you
me
something
59.
about 59.
Tell me.
Put 10 more on it, and then we'll talk about it. Hey.
You fucking piece of shit.
Attaboy.
You sack of shit.
Sorry, everybody. Anybody who listens to this who I know who doesn't want to hear that, I apologize.
Yep. Thank you. We have a lot of news today. I hope whoever's listening or watching enjoyed our Halo podcast last week. And this week, we got a bunch of gaming news. But before we get to this, we got to get them drinks.
Well, let me tell you something. This is going to be a twofer for me. And by twofer, I mean I have 2 bevs. I have one to dedicate to our non-gaming friend, Oscar. This is for you. I'm going to drink a full shot right now of Fernet. Probably should have opened this first.
Yeah, possibly, but keep going.
Everybody wish me well, you know. Say
Yeah,
good
rest with
things.
pepperonis, man.
Yeah, enjoy
You know
it.
what? I will.
Again, really just the best podcast content.
This is prime,
Yeah.
man. This is why the people listen.
Here. This is what I do after I have a shot of Fernet. This is for the people only listening.
You're cutting out. It's embarrassing.
I honestly think it's better.
Thank God his mic is so shitty. You've been saved.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the Bev. Never seen it.
Oh, the shoots.
The
It
shoots,
shoots.
bruh.
This is an Imperial IPA. This is called Royal Fresh. They actually named this after the Sacramento Kings. So it's going to be great. I already know.
Okay.
Oh. Maybe I'll save that for later. That is 9%.
Hey, have no fear. I have an 8%er, so we're good to go.
I just drank a shot of Fernet, and I've already had one today.
Yeah, good thing you have nothing else going on tomorrow.
All right, well, you know
Party
what?
started.
Yeah. You already
Let's
pulled it
get
out. You got to drink it.
This
Yeah.
party started. It smells like alcohol. I still taste Fernet. So come back to me on the flavor. Oh, you know what? Bring something else. Sorry. I just... Bop.
What?
Bing,
Oh.
bop, boop, bop.
Nerds gummy clusters.
Yes.
Attaboy. I feel
Has
like
that
that's
been the Meadows
I feel like
pack
that's
for
a
you?
terrible combination of flavors, but you
Yeah.
do you, but
This is a palate cleanser. Look at that. Bing, bo, bop.
Believe it or not, he's almost 30.
all right. All right, Aiden, what you got for me?
All right, so I got a Colorado novelty classic, Tommy Knockers, Mountain Town Place,
It's a great name.
a green chili lager. Bam.
Nice, nice.
Wow.
Tommy Knockers, a very popular spot in Idaho Springs. Dylan's been there. You guys probably haven't. Like, it's not bad, but
Your face is gold.
Yeah.
it just tastes like someone just
Tommy
ground
knocked
up a
you.
couple green chilies and mixed with the regular lager.
It's probably not my play.
Yeah.
Colorado, baby.
All right.
They love green chilies for some reason, even though they all come from New Mexico.
I was
still.
about to say it's a very New Mexican thing.
It's
Dude.
I don't know why Coloradans love it so much.
Hey, man.
It's good,
Colorado
though.
is New Mexico's bigger brother.
What?
That's,
don't
no one's ever
think
said
that's
that.
accurate,
That's not a
but
thing.
yeah.
Said
I mean,
by
they're
no
on
one
top
ever.
of them. They're a little bit taller, you know.
Are they?
Yeah, they're on top of them.
I mean, yeah, elevation wise, I'll give them
I
that.
think
Not
Dylan
what he
got
was going for.
the Rocky Mountain High.
No, that comes later. My shirt may say otherwise, but I bought this shirt at a coffee shop, so
Coffee shop, huh?
yeah. Hang on. Let me know if you can see the back.
Lean back. You're
fuck.
bent over.
Coffee and weed is all you need.
All right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Hell yeah, dude.
It was a collaboration with the weed shop, so
You don't
had a
say.
feeling.
You don't
Yeah.
say. All right. I have a Pizza Port Brewing Company out of Carlsbad, California.
Oh. I thought you were gonna say pizza flavored beer, and I was like, "Oh, what
No.
the fuck?"
Yeah, I was gonna
No.
be jealous.
But
Yeah.
hold on. It's an Imperial Coffee Porter, and it's called Bacon and Eggs.
Yeah,
You know,
really?
I've had pizza
Alright.
ports on the podcast before. I will never have another one. That sounds. Ugh. So everything about that.
How is
Oh.
it?
That's nice. I like it.
Good for you.
Makes me feel warm like my onesie.
Oh my god.
You like this onesie? Eagle!
I don't. I like that you like it, but it doesn't have a butt flap. So
It doesn't.
how you gonna poop? How you gonna poop if you need to poop?
Oh, you go like this.
No.
You unzip it from the top. My boy Tim got it for me as a surprise.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good friend.
Yeah. It came in the
What a
mail, and my
nice-
wife's like, "What the fuck? Did you buy another tracksuit?" And I was like, "I swear,
Wait.
I didn't this time."
Faulkner, your wife doesn't have a tracksuit, right?
No, she does. She tried it on today. She looks
She like it?
fantastic. She hates it, but she looks fantastic.
Hey, send me your address. I'll send another one.
Cool.
And your and the sizes that you wears.
Oh, obviously. Yeah. Well, I'm glad we all have semi-decent beers other than the chili beer.
And
and,
B-Dog.
It's out of all the novelty beers I've gotten for the show.
You
this
have
is
been doing a
probably
lot
the
of
best
novelty
one.
beers.
Yeah.
I really need to record it and then like post this.
Do a
like,
supercut.
No, just not. Well, maybe even that, but like
Yeah,
just
there's gonna
like
be a lot of disgusted faces.
when we do like Instagram, like just post it on Instagram, like, hey, shout out to these guys because we do essentially
Free advertising.
a 10-second review
Yeah.
for all these breweries.
Well, maybe cut some of mine out because I don't know if I always give good reviews.
Oh, I think that's the beauty of it is we give our
Yeah.
actual thoughts on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's get into games, guys, because it is a gaming podcast. Also, actually, this is a non-gaming thing I did want to mention. I watched Moana today. That movie is fantastic.
Dude, I've been telling you to fucking watch that movie for 3 years or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed
There's
it.
songs in there.
Yeah,
It's good.
there is
Yeah.
songs. You're
Wow.
right.
Wow. Cool. Man, I can see
Crazy,
why you
man.
want to retract some of your beer reviews after that one.
Hey, I will not retract my Moana review. Good movie. There are songs in there.
I enjoyed
That's
it.
a
Yeah.
perfect review.
No, you killed
You're
it.
not
I just that like all of your other reviews pale in comparison to this one particular review. It almost seems like you were using a ghostwriter for the other ones.
Hey, girlfriend's not here, but she might have helped with some of them.
Fair enough. All right, let's get in the games. Dylan, what you been playing?
Let me tell you guys something about games. Fuck them.
Okay.
He's had such a bad week with games this week.
Yeah, it's been a rough week of games for me. Every game I've played, I've really enjoyed, but I've had pain points with all of them. The two that I want to touch on now, and I think some of you will touch on them: Rogue Heroes, Ruins of Talos.
Doesn't matter. Rogue Heroes. That's all you got to say.
Rogue
Yeah,
It's a
Heroes.
terrible
that's
title.
fine.
Wonderful game. I love playing it solo. I can play it with my friend Damon, no problems at all. And when I say no problems, it took us 30 minutes to get into a party the last time we played. But at least we've been playing. It's a lot of fun. It's a Zelda roguelike.
Mhm.
Roguelite.
I would say
get it mixed up.
roguelite, right?
Roguelite,
Roguelite,
yeah.
Roguelite.
So you have progression where you're building your town, and in your town you can upgrade your character. Get a stronger sword, get better magic, whatever, blah blah blah. It's a lot of fun. I will continue to play it. It's the online is just frustrating. Other than that, I've been playing a bit of the Curse of the Dead Gods, or just Curse of the Dead Gods.
Curse of the Dead Gods.
I have no issues with that one. It's just it's a harder roguelite. That was definitely a roguelite too, right? I beat the first, I think, the Jaguar boss. It's a lot of fun. It takes a while to get used to. I will definitely be playing that a lot going forward. It's a good game. It's fun. The progression is good. Other than that, I've been playing a little Apex, and that has also been generally frustrating. The servers haven't been great this week. How long did it take me to get back into the game yesterday, Faulkner? 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, about 10 minutes. It felt like
forever,
but I think it was around 10 minutes.
Anyways, Apex is Apex. I don't have much to say on it.
Yeah.
But servers are real shit right now. I had almost every game I loaded into yesterday. I did not have a gun. No, I had a gun. My gun was invisible when I landed. My gun, my hands, invisible. The only thing that was visible on my screen was my reticle.
Was you getting shot?
That's all you need,
I never
baby.
get shot. I've never died. Never died.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's about it for me. I think, I have 2 games on the shelf that I'm waiting to play or watch. One
Or watch?
I may dabble in today. Well, I've got Persona 5 Strikers came out this week. I purchased that for the lady, but she decided that she didn't have a good enough ending on Persona 5, so she has to replay it.
That's my girl.
She wanted more
proud of her.
Teenage sexy time, I guess.
Not enough horn dog for her, Yeah. So I'm excited to watch Persona 5, and what is the Mario called, Aiden? I don't remember.
Bowser thing?
3D World.
Yeah.
Bowser's
I think Bowser's Fury.
Even the base game, because I'm going to force him to play through all of that before we do Bowser's Fury.
So, without going too deep into it, scratch that. I'm going to tell the entire story. I bought a Wii U for myself. I gave it to my brother with Mario 3D World, right? And then I never played it. I played like a couple levels. He beat the whole thing. And then
it's great.
Now it came back, and it's my turn to play it with him.
Right on.
We're going to have fun.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to throw you off a lot of ledges. Just be prepared.
Perfect.
Hey, you know what?
Hey, can you stream that?
I'm going to kill you. No, I don't think we can.
I don't have a capture card, so.
Yeah.
I have a spare capture card. Whoever wants it, I'll give
it. I mean, you're going to ship me something, right?
Yeah. I got to.
Let me know.
I'll send you a care package then.
Perfect. I will stream all the antics for you then.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Aiden, what have you been playing?
So, dabbling a little bit. Some classic stuff. We'll talk more about Rogue Heroes in a second.
Sure.
But 2 new things that I've tried out. Escape from Tarkov. I've done 2 scav runs, 2 offline runs now. I understand a little bit. I get it. I also don't get it at all.
Sounds about right.
That is 100% correct, yeah.
That's my favorite kind of game.
Yeah.
When you don't know what you're doing, it's a fun game, right? And then when you know what you're doing, it's like playing another game because you found out how to do it better. That's how I like to play Diablo. Going in blind. I don't know anything that I'm doing. And then I learn everything.
We'll talk about that later. But yeah, we do have Diablo news.
That's wonderful.
That's cool. I'm glad you dabbled in Tarkov. It's a great game.
Spent the money. We'll play some more. I get it. Like, if you read the description and you're just like, that sounds really cool. It's like the peak of those type of games. I probably won't delve super deep, but I think when you want to play a little tactical shooter, not an arcadey one like CSGO or Valorant like I'm going to play also, it's great. The other one that I played literally 3 matches of, Bullets Per Minute. It's music's great. Shooting feels nice. I'm already like kind of clicking on the rhythm game part of it because I have played a lot of rhythm games in my life, so it wasn't too hard to adapt to it. But movement feels great. The only thing that I don't super love so far is enemy design, just for like regular enemies. Feels like it could be a lot cooler based off of just the mythology of the game and you being in literal hell. Like bosses, the ones that I've seen, wonderful. Everything else, just okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to fuck with the graphic settings because that saturation is cranked to the max for the art style.
Yeah, it's pretty. From what I've read, like that's a criticism.
Yeah, it's. I get what they were going for. I'll respect it. I won't play like that.
That's fair.
That's all I got.
Burger, you playing any new games besides Tarkov?
I mean, we tried out Valheim a couple weeks ago.
We did.
It was fun. It's hard to like stay invested in it, I think, without like people to play with.
I agree.
But no, it's mostly been Tarkov, chess. We played some Counter-Strike just before we started recording here.
Yeah, I watched them play. I watched them have a little struggle in the beginning and then really pulled it together in the end.
Yep. Got
you have a cool knife.
Yeah.
I don't have any account that we played on, but Doppler Bayonet Phase 2, baby.
Hey, you showed me that one knife that you have right now. Is that the one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh.
Fucking
yes,
nerds. I will say,
we won't talk about how
I was
much
watching
these things cost.
Burger open containers, or what do they call them? What do you call them?
Cases.
Yeah. And you have to spend money to open them. So you earn the cases by playing matches, but it's not free. You have to spend money to open them. And I was just watching them burn money, and I was like, oh my God, I like started to sweat. I was like, oh my God. It's like painful. Yeah. So much money.
You know why you're sweating? Because you're wearing a fucking onesie, you baby.
You want me to take this baby off?
Don't take the baby off. Keep the baby on.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching actually a lot. They were doing like a 2v2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Wingman, it's great.
Yeah.
Playing Wingman.
Oh, you playing Apex? Nice, man.
Yeah.
No,
our first game. The first game, as soon as I loaded the game, I realized the mistake of like I didn't do any kind of warm up, and then we got our ass handed to us for 7 rounds in a row, and then we won like 4 rounds, and then we lost. And I'm like, okay, well that was the warm up, and then we just crushed every game after that. It
was good.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
Yeah. You know, experienced some mild racism. It was great.
Mild? That was not mild. I saw that chat. Not mild.
You know, I almost asked you what they said, but then I realized, don't say it. Don't say it. No matter what.
Yeah, no, it was peak Counter-Strike. I had my Op Asimov skin and my AK skin, the Vulcan skin, and he's like, "Dang, nice skins." And he saw the second skin. He's like, "You rich?" And then I'm like, "Nah, you just a broke ass bitch in chat." And he got so mauled. He just started shouting racist shit in chat. Oh, so good.
Yeah, and then they got wrecked.
And then they got wrecked.
0 kills the entire game.
You know what? I think we can all agree, fuck racism. If you do it, you get 0 kills. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Sometimes
that doesn't work that
more
way.
than 0 kills.
Yeah. Hey, Fort Connor can't go back to Miss Kiff's house. It's all right.
All right. I got a Xbox Series X this week.
Woo! Look at him go.
Look at me.
Tim, throw up the X. Throw up the X. Throw it up. Throw up the X. No, you gotta do that.
That's Wakanda. Well, I don't know.
Either way, Tim texted me in the morning. It was like 5:30 a.m. and I happened to be up because I had to be at work.
Actually, it was 6:30 a.m.
No, I texted you guys a little later because I didn't read it right away. But he texted me at like 5:30.
Tim time is 1 hour ahead of us.
He's 1 hour ahead, yeah. And he's like, "Hey, Target allowed me to do a pickup purchase. You should check it out." And I did, and they had a pickup purchase, so I got it.
You know, the sad thing about that is I saw that early enough to probably do it.
Yeah.
But I just didn't look at it for hours. And then when
I can't believe you didn't look at my text messages for hours.
I thought you loved him.
I know.
I love everybody
we were
here.
homies.
You just know me with text messages in the morning. I don't look at my phone text message wise until the afternoon.
You son of a
Unless
bitch.
it's my mom.
I know you're
my
on that
dad.
gram. Could easily look at those text messages.
Yeah,
You
well,
sack
I
of
will
shit.
respond to. I will respond to Instagram.
Sack of shit.
Messages.
So
unless it's family.
I got the Xbox set up, and the one game I played, the first game I majorly played was Castle Crashers for the first time on the Series X.
No, we played Apex for hours.
Not on the. Oh, we did play Apex on the Series X. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
that's when
forgot
I had
about that.
That's
Yeah.
when I thought that my account was banned.
Yeah. So some context. I got the new console. I loaded it up, and Dylan's like, "Hey, let's race to see the load times." So we do. We start the race. I load in.
Mhm.
He's like, "I think something's wrong because I definitely should be loaded in by now." And then 10 minutes later, he finally got into the game.
Yeah. Well, 10 minutes later, multiple hard resets, multiple attempts to get back into the game.
Yeah.
And finally I get it.
Yeah, Series X, it's just better hardware. It's like getting a new GPU, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's what it feels like.
But
Right.
Yeah.
does it make the Taco Bell sound?
It doesn't. So I'm never getting rid of that 1X because it's a special edition.
If you get rid of that, I will legitimately come to your house and murder you.
Yeah, I'll never get rid of it. It's
Yeah.
I love it.
What if he
no,
gets
I'll-
rid of it to you? Like he gives you it.
That is the one condition. If you give it to me, I won't murder you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Actually, I'll still consider it because, just for fun.
Yeah.
But I
Seems
won't.
like a good time.
he's like, lines
Yeah.
have been drawn, so I have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said I would.
So I played Castle Crashers for the first time with my boy Tim, who apparently loves that game. Had no idea. My best
It's
friend.
a 10 out of 10
I've
game.
known him forever. No idea he
Yeah.
loved Castle Crashers. He's got like 99
people
level
do.
characters on that game.
It's
Do you have any 255s?
I don't know. He actually bought it originally on the 360, and then when he got it
Yeah.
on the 1X, he lost like his account or whatever. So he's back at 0 or back at 1.
same.
Hmm.
Yeah. Either way, he loves it. We played it for like 6 hours. It's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
Hey,
We told
let
you.
me tell you something. I have been asking you to buy that game for fucking months, you asshole. That game is so good. I love it. You get pets. Do you have
Mhm.
any pets yet?
I got
What
a
pets did you
draft to
get?
get the experience boost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, so the good thing about that game is like there is like replayability because you may miss a pet
Yeah.
on a level, and then you just go back and you're like, oh, I know how to get it this time.
Or
I'm gonna go
gear
get
or
it.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good game. It's a good
I really
ass
enjoyed
game.
it. Yeah. I really did enjoy it. And then I played Outriders on the PS5. That's the other game I played.
How's that?
So it's a fun game.
Let me tell you about my
Okay.
Outriders experience. I downloaded the demo.
Congrats.
That's my whole
All
experience.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good
So-
stuff.
So, like, I guess the TLDR is the world itself is very generic, right?
Yeah.
It's just a generic environment. Like, oh, okay. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, I'm playing on the PS5, so I don't know what it looks like on old consoles, but it's pretty. It runs. It's pretty stable. Actually, the only time that I have like performance issues is actually during cutscenes. It'll like lag during cutscenes. It's weird. I don't know much about the story because I just skip. It allows you to skip every conversation. So I'm like,
Good job.
Smart thing to do.
I'm
yeah.
skipping everything. The prologue or the tutorial time is long in the tooth. It's way too long, which is a little bummer. But you only have to do it once you've done it to do the other characters.
You want to know a fact about long teeth?
Sure.
Just say it. Just say it.
You don't have to
yeah,
pause.
Just go.
Oh no, I was waiting for
You're
somebody
gonna,
to say yes.
you're
Yeah.
gonna say it no matter what we say. It doesn't matter if we say yes or no.
Yeah.
Rodents' teeth grow forever, and that's why they chew on things so they can grind their teeth down.
Thank you.
And that's why they have long teeth if they don't chew on things.
That's your Snapple fact.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
more of a fact about rodents than it is a fact about long teeth.
But long teeth are a part of it. So
It's got you there.
He does have me there.
Not
It's just the
wrong.
question was, do you guys want a fact about long teeth? And it's whatever. I digress.
I think Outriders has potential, like gameplay wise. The shooting, I don't know if the aiming and the shooting feels a little. I don't know if I just got to fiddle with my sensitivity.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But
They're just bad.
The skills are cool. I really enjoyed the skills. The weapons and armor have cool like skill synergies for like your base skill set, so you can like do cool, interesting builds. I actually had a specific build that I just really enjoyed playing. It actually made it was like stupid fun and a little OP. Like I was just steamrolling everything.
That's what
Is that-
roguelike should be.
Demo build.
It's a demo, so essentially everything you do in the demo is going to carry over to the full game. But I've only played with one of the 4 classes, so I enjoyed it. But it's fine. It's nothing like new or game like. It's no paradigm shift in gaming, right? It's just like, all right, it's a tactical third-person shooter that you can definitely tell they have roots in Gears of War because is it We People Fly or something like that helped develop pretty much almost every Gears game.
Didn't they have like a third person over top version, like a Gears game? Kind of like a
Gears Tactics.
Gears Tactics, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Gearbox did Gears Tactics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
They
That's
did.
what I'm saying, is
They
like-
did Bulletstorm.
Okay.
Fly did Bulletstorm. But,
what kind of setting is it? Is it on Earth? Is it
No,
a
it's like
different planet?
so. Like it's like Earth is pretty much fucked. So they're on like these colony ships to go to a different galaxy, and then they land on a planet. That planet's weird.
Yeah.
Things get fucked up. The ships
Just
are
like
destroyed. Right.
General sci-fi, right?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
very generic. Like literally, the most generic tropes. Right. So spoilers. Your character gets like shit happens.
Has amnesia?
No, he gets frozen in cryo sleep for 30 years and then wakes up in cryo sleep to see what happens after the prologue.
Oh.
And then like there's a war and like there's multiple sides and you got to help each other's side, but your side might not be the friendliest side either, right? It's very like generic,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine.
which is fine.
It's
'cause
just entirely a game that just you're doing for the game.
yeah. Like I'm looking for loot. I'm looking to do builds. There is a skill tree that has 3 branches, which is kind of cool, right? And then you
Is
level
it-
up and stuff like that.
Is it only one character, or is it like XCOM or something like that?
Well, it's a third-person shooter, right? Tactical third-person shooter.
Oh.
Yeah,
You-
like
for some
Division
reason, I was
and
thinking it was like
Gears of War.
XCOM because you were talking about like door kickers or something like that the other day.
Oh, I do want to play Door
It's
Kickers
like
too.
Risk of Rain 2-esque.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's not a roguelike though.
Mm-mm.
It's not a roguelike.
No,
it's more like a looter shooter.
Destiny. Think Destiny or
Well, think Division.
Oh,
Yeah, Division.
I've thought Outriders was an entirely different game this entire time.
Oh no. It's like
Holy shit,
Division,
what
but
game
with
am I thinking of?
with magical powers like Destiny.
I remember the one now.
Yeah. It's fun. I don't know if it's a $60 purchase. I would say it's not.
I mean, you're playing a demo. There could be more.
Well, there's definitely more, right? Because you only go to level 7. That's the cap, right?
Yeah.
So like you don't actually get to
Well,
go down the skill build tree to like really see what the depth on it, and you don't get to see like what the crafting system does and like how it plays into the weapon skills and the armor skills that you mix into your tree. So
And
like
it's
it has potential for depth, right? And replayability by like getting rolls and random rolls and stuff like that on loot. But $60, I don't know. It's not a live service game, they said. So essentially,
it's PvE only, and
yeah, which I like because then they can just do crazy shit with the powers, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still interested.
I think it's worth trying the demo. It's not very long.
I mean, I've got it downloaded. I'll play.
it's
At
not
least
very
give
long.
it a shot.
It has crossplay, which is kind of cool because Tim played on the Xbox. I played on the PS5.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's fun.
yeah. I mean, I guess we can touch on that. Not that we played because none of us could play Xbox Live for fucking 4 hours on the day that shit came out.
It was offline for 6 hours.
6 hours?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about the difference between 4 and 6. 2.
You are a
Yeah.
mathematician.
Yeah,
Wow.
man. Yeah.
You inspire me.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Um,
I don't claim to be a genius, but I know a little bit of math. All right.
Listen, you're showing it here today.
Yeah.
Your genius is showing.
all right. We pretty much talked about all the games. FYI, we are playing Stardew as a group on Switch.
Mm.
It's a good game.
We play on Sunday so far. I am recording my sessions, and I will be putting it out on our YouTube channel eventually once I get the time to
Oh shit!
edit it out.
We have a YouTube channel. That's tight.
Where do you think these podcasts go? You shit.
I just assume you like watching them again.
Okay, let's have a vote. Who's the dumb brother now?
You. It's still you.
Me? Come on, man.
Yeah. We have a YouTube channel. You're welcome to stream on it or put stuff on it. I don't care. Either way, let's get into the news. We do have a lot of news. A lot of shit happened the past couple of weeks that we didn't cover. The big one, the main reason Burger's here, this is his personal excitement. He literally, like we were talking this morning, he's like, hey, so you guys talking about Diablo?
Yeah.
What time you guys recording? You guys talking about Diablo? BlizzCon happened. Diablo 2 Resurrected was announced.
Yep.
And it looks like they're pretty much leaving it as is, just with some updated graphics and some quality of life stuff. Right?
Yeah, so what they said is basically they're still running the Diablo 2 game underneath, and then they're just they have a 3D lighting engine that goes over the top of it, which is super exciting. Like they update some of the models and stuff like that and lighting, and then the actual core game is running underneath, which is exactly what I wanted, because I just want like kind of what I want is just like to be able to take like an updated, nicer looking version, maybe some better controls, and be able to play like Path of Diablo.
Yeah, but you're not
which is
getting
like
Path of Diablo, right? Like unless they're going to allow mods to happen.
Well, I mean, it's just game assets and resources.
Sure.
So if all I have to do is run the 3D lighting engine and it's still the base gameplay, I think you can just like swap it over.
Yeah, I think it looks cool. I think the beauty, I was not like super hyped because I'm like, I just don't have that kind of like fanfare for Diablo 2, even though I've played an extensive amount of it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I love that it's a $40 price point. I think that's like a wonderful price point to get people into it. It made me go, oh, I'll probably pick it up at launch.
I like that it isn't like whatever Blizzard's normal team is that did like the Warcraft 3 Reforged thing. It's like some outside team that was given resources because Warcraft 3 Reforged was absolute dog shit of a release. Blizzard doesn't know what they're doing anymore. I mean, in terms of BlizzCon as a whole, I feel like that was kind of a theme.
I mean, I didn't watch much of the BlizzCon stuff. I just went to the TLDR on like the games I was interested in.
I only watched like day one coverage, and like all the like places that I saw that were talking about day one coverage were just kind of like baffled. It was like there's some Diablo 3 stuff. They didn't show any Overwatch 2 stuff day one, but apparently they talked about it a little bit more a little bit later in the con, which is really confusing. They announced absolutely nothing for World of Warcraft, and that had everybody confused.
Burning Crusade.
Yeah.
Well, that's classic, but that's nothing new. It's literally like the announcements for Burning Crusade were like, okay, here's how Blizzard makes money now, because they're like, we'll sell you the ability to duplicate your character, so that way you can keep one version of your character on Classic, and then you can have a duplicate character play Burning Crusade, a duplicate of your character play Burning Crusade, and it's like, okay, Blizzard.
Hey man,
I see what you're.
They got to make money, right?
Yeah, I mean, you pay your $15 a month. I don't know what, like, it's just greed, right?
Yeah, but
just pure face greed.
If I mean, that's the thing
Blizzard.
is, people are willing to spend the money though. That's the other thing, though, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't blame them.
Yeah, like they have the assets and they have the resources. So it's like, oh, people will spend money on this? Sure, let's just spin these up.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, but like that's minimal cost, and you're already paying your money monthly to them to update the service.
Yeah.
Like it's still the only thing in the world. Well, I guess Xbox people, I don't know. I guess console people are still used to paying those monthly fees because of World of Warcraft. But it's just one of those things where it's just like, it just feels like bare naked greed to me in terms of the World of Warcraft stuff. And it's kind of meh. As a person with 6,000 hours in Path of Exile, having played Diablo 2 like throughout most of my I really liked all of the news that went on with Diablo 2 Resurrected. It was like exactly what I wanted.
I would agree. I think they did a bang on job with it.
Yeah.
It's going to be on every console, including Switch. It's going to allow cross progression, which I thought was really cool.
That's tight.
Yeah.
The only announcement that they made that I don't really like is that they were saying that because of the updated BattleNet, they weren't going to separate the servers into like US West, US East, Asia, Europe, and stuff like that. They're going to have it like be global. And if there was like a trading platform, that wouldn't bother me. But I would like when you're trying to run like an instance, being able to like filter out people from the EU playing on like your local instance, or being able to search for games where you have a good ping, would be really important to me. And if they don't give you those tools to filter out bad pings, then it might be pretty annoying.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't play with randoms, so.
I mean, a big part of Diablo 2 was like trying to level. You do ball runs, and so you find like whoever's hosting a ball run, and then you have to run to the end, and then you're doing this group boss fight versus ball.
Yeah, I just never did that when I was playing Diablo 2 because I just hate playing with randoms. Like it's always been my thing.
I like playing efficiently.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I even when we were playing Path of Exile, I never did trading that much because I was like, I don't want to talk to a random or deal with a random. Like I'll do soul to self found. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
That's just,
I get it.
That's just my personality, right? How I do things.
Yeah.
Hey, you and I became friends, right? That was random at one point.
Yeah, I guess it was random when we met at work and then had to work with each other.
All right.
I guess that part was random.
Yeah. I was terrified of you at first.
I might
fucking little bun on top.
Yeah.
I might have to change my vote for the stupid brother here.
Yeah. But like Destiny or games like that, I won't do matchmaking strikes that much. Like I won't do it. I'll just play a different game. I'll be like, I have no interest in playing with randoms at all.
I want to speak on this random issue. I don't mind playing with randoms.
I know you play randoms on Apex all the time. I won't do it. Like I do it if I have got to do it daily. I'm like, I just got to pound this out. But other than that,
I like playing with randoms. Every once in a while, you get a really good random that you can just keep playing with.
No, because then they just randomly like think you're friends, and then they'll just jump into your party. I
do have that problem with Baby Boy right now. Baby Boy keeps joining my party.
We'll be like doing duo games, and then he'll just jump into the party, and it's like,
what? He's good
Baby
though,
Boy
right?
Is great,
he
though.
is good.
Baby Boy is very good.
Yeah. He's good. I don't like playing with him because he's a random. I don't give a fuck.
Don't know his name.
Your issue is you don't want new friends, is what I'm getting.
Thank you. You understand me.
Okay. That's fair.
I'm 100% on your side on that part of it, Faulkner. I don't want to meet anybody new.
There's a literal reason I'm trying to move away from the city.
Baby Boy is a cool dude. Baby Boy's nice, man.
Hey, Baby Boy the homie, just not my homie.
Yeah, he's your homie. You played with him like 4 times now.
Yeah, and I'm just waiting for you to
friends
go.
with a
Oh,
baby
you know
boy.
it's dinner time.
Yeah.
Dylan, you're the reason they have to warn kids not to take candy from strangers. I don't know what you mean there.
Oh, his name is Baby Boy.
His name's Baby Boy.
He's not an actual baby boy.
That's his game name. That's his handle.
No, I just mean in terms of you saying you don't want friends. Like you will walk off with a stranger if they offer you candy.
Hey man, somebody rolls up and says, "Hey, I got a fresh bag of Nerds gummy clusters. Where are we going? I'm down. Let's go."
Yeah, you turn into a lampshade. That's it.
All right. Let's get back on topic. Apex. Diablo 2 looks fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. There is a technical alpha if you want to sign up for it. I'm not because I don't care enough. I'll just wait for release.
Spoilers.
It's supposed to release sometime this year. Yeah, that's Diablo 2.
That was a joke for Aiden.
Okay.
That was great.
Okay.
I was too young to really get into Diablo 2, so I'm excited to finally do it.
I think Aiden, our only Diablo 2 experience was in Utah with our cousins.
That's our cousin Max.
I want to say that I played Diablo 2 as a kid, but I was in high school when I played Diablo 2.
Yeah,
I was a kid. I was so dog shit playing Diablo, and I realize that now because I was like an idiot as a kid playing games because I'd be
you're
like
a kid, right? Like you're a
Yeah,
kid.
you have like the stat screen, and it's like, okay, so you got strength, int, and like charisma, or like stamina and stuff. It's like I would just like evenly distribute points. I'm like, well, I don't want my character to be dumb, like playing a barbarian, so I'll put some points into int, and I don't want him to be weak either. And you just like randomly put points in places. I'm like, what the fuck is a skill tree? I didn't understand charms or anything. And I'm really looking forward to like going back with my Path of Exile brain and being
actually good now.
being actually good at the game and doing like actual builds.
Doing some research.
You want
on
to know who was a real idiot as a kid playing
You?
games? No, Aiden. Somebody deleted my motherfucking Majora's Mask save just to restart it when they had their own save. Who could that be? I'm looking right at him. Aiden, you
How old was
dumbass
I?
bitch.
Oh, you kids. Wow.
Probably
very aggro right
like-
now. Very aggressive.
I was so mad. I think it was one of the first times my mom was like, "You cannot beat your brother up," and I was like, "Fuck that kid."
I legitimately don't know how far I got in Majora's Mask. Like I'm not even 100% sure after like 30 hours if I ever escaped the city as a kid.
Oh, I was a kid and I was like decently far in it. No looking online, all by myself. And Aiden fucking went into my save. Was like, "This is cool. I want this save," and deleted my save. And restarted it. And then I come in and I'm like, "Where the fuck's my save, Aiden?" He's like, "It's mine now." And I was like, "Where the fuck is it?" He's like, "I deleted it. It's mine." And I was like, "That's not how it works."
That's not how it works.
Imagine being this bitter all these years later.
It reminds me of that Tenacious D skit where like, "Hey, where's my fucking schnitzel? Did you eat my fucking schnitzel?" Fuck. The other one I'm actually excited for is Diablo 4. Also, I'm excited for both equally. I thought Diablo 4, the video I saw, looked pretty good.
Yarby.
I thought it looked fun. Burger disagrees because he's a hater.
Yeah, I absolutely hated Diablo 3. Wasn't a good game, and this looks like just kind of like more Diablo 3. The cutscene that they showed is like the first Blizzard cutscene that just absolutely missed for me. Like I was amazed at how bad the trailer was.
Yeah, they're generally as corporate as they have been, right? Like their trailers
Yeah,
are
they've been
generally
able
still
to
good.
They've been able to maintain the trailers, and this one just looks so off. There were so many I'm forgetting the word. Like the geometry was just so messed up on like people's skin and stuff. It just looked bad.
I thought I don't know if you saw it, Aiden, but like they're trying hard to appeal to Diablo 2 fans, right? With the ears on the
With the
robe and
ears,
stuff.
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm like, come on. I never PvP'd in Diablo 2, so I just like I don't care. Like it's whatever. So I thought,
I definitely didn't care about PvP. I just tried to like play in Amazon, and you would get the bow that had like the super far spread shot, and just try and like spam arrows into a crowd. But again, I didn't level my character up correctly because I was an idiot as a kid, and it never really went well for me. So I kind of gave up on it.
yeah, I did a Frozen Orb Sorceress for a long time.
Yeah,
I loved it. I thought the gameplay trailer for the Rogue was good, was entertaining. I enjoyed it. But there's not much you can tell like from the trailer what the depth is going to look like in that game yet.
yeah. I don't know. It kind of looked like Grim Dawn to me almost. Like it had a little bit more depth, but like
Yeah, I mean we won't know until it becomes playable, right? It's just at the end of the day.
yeah.
I mean that's just what it is. But from a visual standpoint, I enjoyed it. You good there, buddy?
Me? No, I knocked this thing down.
Yeah, we can see that.
Beautiful. That was a good entrance.
Yeah.
Sorry, I won't have to hang that up later.
Dylan's a little crazy today.
Sorry. Just for the audience, one of my friends, good friend Oscar, for net friend, as you may have heard earlier, he's leaving.
Passed
so-
away.
Our good friend.
Rest in peace.
Our good
Yeah,
friend.
some of our good friends.
Yeah, I did not
good
see him
friend.
go.
He's still here. You have a
Yeah,
chance. You can
not
drive
gonna
down
happen.
right now.
I'm gonna tell him to get fucked. Irish goodbye, just like I normally do.
That's kind of goodbye.
Yeah, sure.
Just how I do.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I
that's
didn't
Diablo
watch any
4.
of these trailers. I know that I'm probably going to buy it just because
Yeah.
Dylan's going to get it and all of you are. So I'll be like,
Yep.
it's a nice surprise when I get it.
I'm
Yeah,
not getting it.
Nope, I'm gonna
Okay,
get it.
I mean,
right.
Diablo 4?
I-
Burger?
Yep.
No.
You're going to get it. Burger?
No.
No, Burger.
I don't think you can bully him into it. I think he is stronger himself than me and Faulkner do.
No. I will gift it to you. I will.
Okay.
That's how he normally does it. Is like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy it, and then all of a sudden you receive a gift, and you're like,
Yeah.
I guess I didn't have to buy it.
Yeah, I will tell you this right now. Like if you try and get me to play Diablo 4, unless I see something that completely changes my mind and you try and guilt me into it, I will literally tell you to eat shit and die. Like I do not care about Diablo 4.
That's you say that you don't even have to do anything that extreme, and you'll say that. Like, let's be real.
I get. Well, I'm saying like you can't guilt me into playing the game.
Yeah.
So like if you want to spend the $60 on me, like go ahead. I will laugh at you as you light that money on fire.
Hey, man. That's one of my pastimes. So you can laugh all you want, but your boy be spending dumb money all the time, man.
All right.
Let me tell you.
He's not wrong.
I think from what I've seen, I'm still a lot more excited about Path of Exile 2 than I am about Diablo 4.
Here's the thing about Diablo 4.
Path of Exile too?
Oh,
Or
Path
what?
of Exile. Oh, yeah. I mean, Path of Exile 2. I'm like hyped. Like, let's just be real. Like with Path of Exile 2, I'm gonna get these two fucks to play it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what's great? I don't have to gift it to you. I don't have to gift it to you. That's the
it's
beauty
free
of
to
Path
play,
of Exile.
Very unrelated. I just want to throw it out there. When he has the PC, big boy over there, I think we should do a Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough.
Yeah, that is unrelated. Yeah. All right, keep moving.
I'm not opposed, but Burger and I tried a Original Sin playthrough.
Yeah, Divinity.
And I think this party composition might be better than our previous party composition. I don't know what you think about that, Burger.
Yeah, if we replaced like Jackbox time with it, I would definitely be down. Like I don't really have any other time to do it, or we could play it on like Friday nights.
How many people does that allow for? Because I have a couple other people. Only 4. Okay,
it's 4. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We got a lot of news. Let's get through it.
Okay.
Overwatch 2, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Essentially, the Overwatch 2 is about the PvE side of Overwatch. I actually think it looks good for if you're into PvE first person shooters. I think it actually sounds potentially good. All the characters get skill trees. Right? Because they're like, well, we can't do this in PvP,
PvE
but
is cool.
Yeah, but in PvE, like, let's just get wild with it. That's essentially what they says. Like, let's just get weird and let's do some cool stuff with it. So, like, Mercy will have like the res for the whole team back and stuff like that as a part of the skill tree, and like Reinhardt's charge will like tackle multiple people at once instead of just one person. Yeah, like it seems like fun. I mean, I like PvE shooters, so for me, it kind of like ticks that box.
We can find something better.
I love Overwatch. I'll fucking if it gets good reviews, I'll get Overwatch 2. I would be down to get back into Overwatch just in general. I think it's just a good fun game.
Casual shooter.
Yeah.
Also, Aiden does not like hero shooters.
Exclusively played it on because I didn't have like a team to play with. I didn't have a setup. I had my friend Damon and I think we talked about it a little bit. We played it together a little bit, but it was just the two of us. I played it so much on random hero mode, and that shit is so much fun to me. Where it's just like you got to stay alive so you can keep your ultimate up. If you die, you don't get it when you respawn. You know that was really cool to me. If they had that in Overwatch 2, I'd be down just for that.
Well, there's like a campaign and like story missions and hero missions and stuff.
Yeah. And then
I'm not a big fan. I'm with Aiden on this one. I hate hero shooters. They mauled me. It's not like I kind of want to qualify it because I actually don't hate Rainbow Six Siege. I think like the big thing that I hate is just like one-shotting super moves. In terms of like a PvP style. Like that's my biggest problem with Destiny 2 PvP is just like somebody activates an ability and you don't get to play the game for like 30 seconds or something like that because you have to hide. Instead of like,
yeah,
that's always like a.
I mean, the only reason I forgive
I see
Destiny
that.
2's PvP is because it's just like, it's not a, like, to me, it's not a competitive PvP game, right? It's like, oh, I'm just shooting magic spells, so
Yeah.
it's like, whatever.
I
don't
can't
care.
make that differentiation if it's a PvP. Like if I'm going up against someone, it's
You're an all or
like,
nothing guy.
Yeah, it's like, do I have all the best in slot gear that I need? And then like Destiny 2 didn't have like the gear loadouts. I don't know. But like where I think Siege gets it right is like all of like the special abilities for the heroes or whatever are like in terms of like your particular gun that you get and gadgets that like help do like map control stuff versus like having like a super ability that just murks people. In terms of, I think Overwatch will work much better as a PvE game
I agree.
versus the PvP game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know anybody who cares about Overwatch anymore, honestly. Like the Overwatch League was a joke.
They had Siegel.
I'm really glad Siegel got to play other games other than Overwatch because he's a good content creator. But like, was XQC a pro in Overwatch? Was that what he was good in?
I think so, but I I've never watched him. I've seen that he is a Overwatch pro and he yells at people.
Yeah, and like I like XQC as a content creator, but like I didn't hear about him until he stopped playing Overwatch, right? Like that's when like I don't know who's invested in that PvP side of Overwatch.
There's also a fair amount of Apex pros or content creators who are former Overwatch players.
Yeah. Just fun fact, Berg and I bought Overwatch at launch and played a little bit at launch.
Oh, fun fact. Me too.
Yeah.
Not with you guys.
I got
Same.
I got so mauled at Overwatch because like when the game first came out, McCree had a combo where he could like fan the hammer, flashbang, roll back,
and then do it again.
And then fan the hammer.
So cheap.
And I don't think it was cheap, like because it was like a very specific combo. You had to land all of your shots. Like it was a very skill intensive combo, and like it could kill any character. But I think like my game philosophy is that like one person needs to be able to kill another person. In terms of when it comes to shooting games, other words, like it's part of that role queue thing where I don't really like it. Anybody needs to be able to kill somebody. And it's just like, no, we don't want you to be able to do that. And so we're just going to nerf McCree into oblivion and you won't want to play him anymore. And I was like, oh, I see how Blizzard does the game. It just became very...
He was still okay later on, even after they nerfed
him. The game was Genji Tracer. Like, don't kid yourself. That was the only game.
Oh, Genji, Tracer, and
Hanzo was a dog shit meme pick, unless you're on console, I guess. I'm talking
console only.
Yeah.
That's the big difference between the two.
Yeah, like on PC, it was literally only Genji Tracer, and you had to, and then it went to the meta, which I actually kind of liked, where it was you had one DPS character, 2 healers, and 3 tanks, because that felt more of like a tactical game than it did like specifically an FPS, and then they forced the 2-2-2 meta, and I was just like, I no longer care about this game at all ever again.
Yeah, we played it for a little bit and then we stopped.
Yeah.
I am actually 100% on board with Burger with his timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because once they implied that or implemented that, you have to you go in and say, I will be DPS, I will be support, I will be tank. It just ruins it for me. I like unbalanced shit. Like, give me a defending team with fucking all tanks. We want, a Roadhog, want fucking Reinhardt. Just
Yeah, having build diversity and pocket strats are like the things that make games interesting, right? But like when you force the 2-2-2, like it just becomes the same on both sides, and you lose that diversity.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like they forced it to be competitive, and it wasn't really ever that type of game.
No.
Yeah.
What they wanted.
And
Yeah.
I think that's when I switched over to give me randoms only, and randoms is fun because it's
random.
It is that like
It's random.
that old that actual like, hey, you're just getting some weird shit. Fucking deal with it, you know.
Yeah, that's why I like
you're
gun game
Anna
modes,
this time.
right?
Yeah,
this is fun.
Yeah,
just fun. Yeah. So, but Overwatch 2 PV only. I'm actually looking forward to that. I think it would be fun, but I love that type of genre.
Yeah.
Right. That's like my thing.
I'm certain it's going to be good. It's just
yeah. I don't know if Blizzard's poisoned the well for me on Overwatch or not. Like it's one of those things where like I feel like it is, just because like it's come to be a thing like where I have like a visceral like opposing reaction to it just hearing Overwatch, of where like
sure.
the meme answer of like Overwatch is only good for porn is like what is it's a good meme answer, right?
No, wait. Time the fuck out. What? Overwatch is only good for porn?
Yeah, the fan art porn that comes off from Overwatch.
Oh, okay. Rule 34?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were like, all right, never mind. I take it back.
All right.
I got.
Do you want to go into this?
No.
I thought he was like using Overwatch for porn, like the straight game. I was like, okay, all right.
That's weird.
That's a little weird. It's weird that you thought that.
All right.
Stepping past that
man.
point. Continue.
Let's move on. All right. Let's get into Nintendo news, because we did have a lot of Nintendo news this week. Zelda Skyward Sword Remaster is coming out.
The worst Zelda game.
Yeah.
Who's excited for it?
I am. I did play it.
Yeah, I put my thumb up, but kind of like this.
Yeah.
I want to play it. I tried it 2 times, once on Wii, once on Wii U. I hate using a fucking
Well, you won't have to.
thing. I know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm excited this time.
Yeah. That's why I'm
don't
actually
wanna-
excited about it.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Would have I loved a All-Stars, Zelda All-Stars for the 35th anniversary? 100%.
If
That's
it
the
doesn't
dream.
happen,
You might still get
we
it.
riot.
That's
If it
the
doesn't
dream.
happen, we riot.
No, we're not going
you
to riot. We're not going to riot. Stop.
I'll come to your house and I'll punch you in the dick. How about that? That's a riot.
If you can find it.
That's true. I don't know where you live. You're right.
I was talking about my penis, but okay.
I know. I was trying to fucking help you out, man. Come on.
No, he doesn't need the help. He jumped on that sword willingly.
Yeah, I threw it out there.
Yeah,
That was my
I'm
energy
trying
to throw.
He was excited.
I was slanging it, all right, bro?
No, you're not slanging it. If I can't find it, you can't slang it. Okay.
I'm trying to slang it.
Yeah.
Okay. This conversation is
Just
getting weird.
move past
Yeah.
it. Just ignore it.
I mean, the dream is a Zelda All-Star game at the end
Yeah.
of the day, right?
Okay. Good.
I don't know. What do you mean by Zelda All-Star game?
Zelda
Honestly, it's
3
not.
3C All Stars? 3D
A 3D
3C.
All-Star game. Yeah.
3D All Stars. You have Ocarina of Time. I want to say you have to skip
Majora's Mask?
You have Ocarina of Time. You have to skip Majora's Mask.
No. It has to be there.
Majora's Mask.
If
Number one.
it's
That
only
game's
3
underrated.
games, it is.
That game is underrated.
It's one of my favorites. But if it's only 3 games, you have to do Nintendo 64. I feel like you have to do Twilight Princess because they already did the upgrade, and I feel like you have to do Wind Waker.
No, Wind Waker, obviously.
I don't know. I think.
I feel like it would be those 3.
Oh, okay.
Although I
don't know.
love Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask is
No, I think you have to have Majora's
best
Mask. Like, you just have to. That
Yeah,
game is so
it's-
underrated and ahead of its time when it came out.
It's also the best speedrunning game to watch in the Zelda series, in my opinion. Wind Waker's like number 2. I'm not a big fan of the Ocarina of Time speedruns.
I think that's fair. They're just entirely broken at this point.
What? Oh, the Ocarina of Time stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Like back in the Cosmo era, they were fan-fucking-tastic. Now
Yeah.
it's just not fun.
I mean, 100% speedruns of Ocarina of Time are still okay. But like any percents are just like, I don't know. It's not. you're watching somebody watch a cutscene for 10 minutes, missing the first trick, which is like 8 frame perfect grabs in a row, and then it's just reset, watch the cutscene for 10 minutes.
Yep.
It's
I don't watch speedruns, so
you're not saying anything, Dylan. Yeah.
Motherfucker, I've been on mute this whole fucking time. Shit, how long has this been?
just a very short amount of time.
As soon as I finished my speech, yeah. What were you saying, Dylan?
I was gonna say, I agree 100% with your Ocarina of Time speedrun speech, but when somebody does find that one thing that like gives them like the 20-second advantage, like the last one I remember was Cosmo, probably like 8 years ago, when he cut off like literally like 30 seconds of the run or whatever. Like that's just wild to me.
I mean, as soon as they like after the first like wrong warps, and then the speedrun just became degenerate. Like after they got the first speed, like I think it was like 16 minutes or something like that. After like the 16-minute barrier, I think it just became a little degenerate.
After this, don't watch what arbitrary code execution is, and you will no longer be into it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't play or pay extremely close attention to it, so I will have to dabble back in, I guess.
I've been
It's
watching
still, like, super high tech, but it's not fun to watch anymore.
Yeah, I've been watching NOP run Majora's Mask for like I don't know 6, 7, 8 years at this point.
Majora's Mask is just a better game. Like 100%
I think
Majora's Mask is 100% a better
I
game.
think you do 4 games, and I think it's Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess. Yeah, and you just completely forget that Skyward Sword ever existed, because it's a dog shit game. And then you do 2 of them, and then you do like a Switch specific release for like the 2D Zeldas.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I'm feeling
it would
it.
be
like a 2D All Stars and a 3D All Stars, right?
Yeah, 2D All Stars, 3D All Stars. Yeah,
dude, if they do a 2D All Stars, I'm getting goosebumps right now.
Yeah.
You give me fucking Oracle, but Oracle and Minish Cap. Yeah, Minish Cap is Capcom, unfortunately, right?
I mean, for me, Link is always my
Link's Awakening.
No, Link to the Past. Link to the Past.
Link to the Past, yeah.
Okay. But that's more of a nostalgic thing, because I actually was like, I still have my SNES cartridge and stuff like that.
Link to the Past is a great speedrunning game. Like even the 3D remake, I think, is a good speedrunning game. But I don't know. I digress.
Yep.
I can talk about speedruns all day.
Hey, maybe we should have a speedrunning episode. You ever watch? I don't want to go too deep into speedruns, but you ever watch Awesome Games Done Quick? Is it called?
Yeah, AGDQ and SGDQ.
That shit is tight. There's some dude, not Zelda related, but I think his name is Zeus. The only time I ever watched Bloodborne.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life.
It's insane, right?
Yeah. The only speedrun I've ever done is I gave myself a goal of I wanted to beat Dark Souls 1 in under 2 hours, and I still have the screenshot somewhere. I beat it. In game time, I wanted to beat it in under 2 hours, and I got literally 159.99, and I'm just like, I'm done. I don't have to. And I did it on like my third actual attempt at a run, and I was like, I'm done. I don't have to do it anymore. And that was like. In terms of me actually trying to speedrun, that's as far as I got.
That's tight. Yeah, I've never done like full game speedruns, just like Mario Kart trials. From Odyssey, just like the Koopa races. Doing things like that just in time on yourself. Absolutely wonderful. Love them.
I've spent like the last couple weekends watching Mizkif trying to get sub 1 hour in Super Mario 64 70-star runs. A lot of fun watching a man mauled out. And he did it. He absolutely crushed sub 1 hour. He went from 150 to 58 something, and it was fantastic.
Good for him. Also, shouts out Summoning Salt.
Summoning Salt is he has really good YouTube content.
Mm-hmm. We can move past speedrun.
Let's get back to Nintendo news.
We should do a full episode.
Here's trying to speedrun this conversation. So
Let's
fuck on.
Other Nintendo news: Pokemon is doing remakes for Diamond and Pearl. It's called Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I'm actually excited to try this one because I actually skipped Diamond and Pearl.
Fucking this is one of my favorite generations.
I know.
Two,
I saw
top
this.
three.
I saw this announcement and I was like, "Oh, Dylan is fucking through the moon right now."
So my favorite Pokemon game of all time, Soul Silver, is a Generation 2 remake based off of this generation, the Gen 4 remake. I fucking probably the deepest I ever got into Pokemon and like actual battling was Pokemon Platinum. Your boy was in high school. I was going to Damon's house after school, and we're jumping on the trampoline, and we are fucking like setting up battles against each other. It's like, all right, I'm gonna fucking get these 6 dudes on my team. I'm gonna give them these items, like not telling each other, and we would battle after like jumping on the trampoline, and it was so much fun. One of my top gaming moments is beating this dude who went to our school who was like a Pokemon god, and literally beat every single one of our friends group like probably 10 times in a row. And then there was one time where I outsmarted him and beat him.
Uh-oh.
I'll never fucking forget it. I will never forget it.
Did you get hit with a brick to the head earlier?
No. I'll tell you what happened. So I forget what the Pokemon name is, but it's Swellow? I want to say Swellow.
Yeah.
Is Swellow the evolved version?
Bird?
It's the bird, but it has a facade as its ability, I think.
I don't know, man.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Think it's
Anyways,
Swallow, but yeah.
whenever it has a status effect, its damage goes up X amount, you know? And me and the dude had Swallows on our teams, and we both had specific items that would give the bird a status effect. And I gave mine the poison one that takes extra health, but he gave his the burn one that cuts damage in half, and he didn't realize it. And I fucking wiped his team. Oh, never forget it. One of my premium moments of my life, not just gaming moments.
Proud of you.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad that was
cool.
I'm glad that was peak Dylan's life.
Peak.
I'm actually excited about it because what was the one that just released that's garbage? That was
Sword and Shield.
Sword and
Yeah,
Shield.
Were they supposed to put out DLC for it or something like that?
Well, DLC
They did.
is coming out.
It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Big disappoint.
I think
Was
it's
it?
a piece of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, it was not good.
I struggle getting into Pokemon games. I get to like the 5th gym, and then like the gameplay loop, I'm just done.
That's fair.
I don't know.
That's very fair.
I'm gonna be honest. The secret is being a child. Like,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Well,
what it's best for.
No. If you really want to have fun with a Pokemon game, and like a current one, play a Nuzlocke where you put a little bit of extra rules on yourself, because it's a little bit more fun. It's not as good as like an old one, but it's better than what the current ones are.
I don't hate watching Nuzlocks. One of the things that really annoyed me, a streamer that I watch, Ludwig, was doing like a kind of like a Nuzlocke, but he would have it like when people were donating money to him, you could like set his Pokemon's HP to like 1 HP, or like poison his Pokemon and stuff like that. Like puts harmful status effects or heal the enemy Pokemon. And it was fun watching him like try and fight through that and try and like defeat the donators. I don't really hate watching it so much. It's just like there's something about being in the game where, like I said, like after like Gym 5, I'm like, I'm gonna go do something.
Right? Yeah.
Right, it doesn't change, and I'm like, I'm gonna go do something else for a little bit, and I'll come back to this because I need a break, and I never come back to it until like the next game comes out, and then I stop. And then after like 6 games, I just haven't gone back or something like that. I think the last one I tried to get into was Black and White.
Have you Well, I will say I think Pokemon is a purely casual game. If you're playing Pokemon and only playing
there is
Pokemon-
nothing casual about Pokemon. That's an issue I have, because there is literally nothing casual about Pokemon. Like IV training,
don't.
It's as casual as you make it, right? You can take it super seriously. Or you can
Right,
take
but the problem in my head is that I know that I'm not doing any of those things, because like I've had people who are really into it explain to me, and I'm like, God, that's a lot of fucking work. Like just like trying to hatch eggs, and I'm like, and like I
Min-maxing?
know. Yeah, and like in my head, I know I'm not min-maxing when I play, and it
That
just
bothers
and
you.
like it's like sitting in the back of my head. It's like I'm not having fun because I know I'm not playing optimally, but I'm not gonna have fun if I grind 1,000 hours to get IVs and
The perfect
EVs.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
See, the thing is you only need to worry about IVs and EVs if you're going into competitive
Yeah.
PvP battles.
I
If you're
agree.
playing the game just to play the game, don't give a
Don't.
fuck. Find a movie, a TV show.
Yep.
Play,
It's a casual game you
play
play while you're
during-
watching stuff. Yeah.
that thing. It's the it's one of those because you can. There's no stakes. You can walk up. You get in a battle. You fucking
It's
close
not.
that shit. come
I'm
back to
aware
it.
that there's no stakes,
But
it's
This
the
is
problem
Burger's
is that
personality. That's what it comes down
really
to.
is. It's like I know that there's stuff I'm not doing in the back of my head, and I can't escape, and it just kind of sits there, and
Yeah.
it's like,
I feel that
I'm-
100%. I have that problem, not problem, but I have that feeling with other games, like where I'm like, I'm not playing this game right. Like I'm not doing a good job. But Pokemon,
Yeah.
fuck it, it's a kid's game, Just
Yeah.
just go out and enjoy it as much as you can.
Well, the
I don't
problem
know,
with
that's
Pokemon is they added those elements of min-maxing, right? Like, hey,
Yeah.
we added these systems to min-max your Pokemon. Then you're
And
like, well, now
they
that's a
didn't add
system.
'em.
They've been there.
They've only added more. They've been like EVs and IVs have been there since Red and Blue, and that was like something that blew my mind as a kid. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? And I'm like, yeah, all these special attack stuff, and I'm like, and then they pull out like the type sheet of like the rock paper scissors of what
Yeah.
beats what, and they keep adding more types to the wheel, and I'm just like,
All right, let's move on. More Pokemon. There is a Breath of the Wild Pokemon game coming out called Pokemon Legends Arceus? Arceus?
Arcade. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That one's going to come out in 2022. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearls coming out in 2021. But yeah, so the other one is a Breath of the Wild open world game. I'm not sure if I'm deeply interested in that.
If they do
I
it
don't know.
well, awesome. I'd love it.
Yeah,
I
it could-
do not have faith in them at this point.
Yeah.
I don't have faith that it's going to run well. I have faith that I'll buy it. Unfortunately, I will buy it.
I
Yeah.
really liked.
We know.
Yeah.
I really like Donkey's video about the Nintendo Direct, where he's just like, okay, they're gonna announce. Yeah, Donkey, video game Donkey. They're like, okay, they're gonna announce Breath of the Wild 2. Here it comes, and it's like, oh, they added another anime person, like to Smash. Okay, and then it's like all of these like, and they didn't like announce anything other than like the Bowser thing, I think, and that was like ready to play, and that was like the only thing in Nintendo Direct.
No. So, I'm going
was
to get to the next
sorry.
one. The most important thing at Nintendo Direct, Mario Golf. That was the big banger.
Hell yeah, baby.
Ooh.
That was the banger.
Hey.
Mario Golf is the banger.
It didn't look awful, but it's not the Super Mario Odyssey 2 that people were hoping for.
No,
I
no,
think.
not at all. I don't.
No.
Well, the thing about with Nintendo is they keep things really close to the chest, and they will announce stuff a lot of times, like what, a couple months out, 3 months out. Like,
Yeah.
hey, this is coming out, or
Hey, it's
the day
releases.
of sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
for all we know, we could be getting something this year at that level.
Yeah, but I think that was a lot of people's problems with the Nintendo Direct, though. It wasn't what they got. What they got was kind of interesting, other than the new Smash character, because who gives a fuck about another anime sword wielder? Like it's factual.
Hey, but this time it's actually 2. All right.
Not wrong.
They announced a bunch of like Final Fantasy V words or something
It
like
was
that.
Xenosaga, right? I thought it was Xenosaga.
Yeah, something. It was like a bunch of.
Yeah.
It was an anime sword fighter in Smash. It was anime sword fighters RPG games, and then the Bowser thing, and like that was it.
Yeah. No. Mario Golf's the most important thing on this whole entire fucking Nintendo Direct.
Probably,
Which is kind of sad, I guess, for the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Nintendo Direct was a disappointment, I think.
I mean,
keep-
what else was all I remember is Mario Direct, but I feel like there was at least one other thing I was generally excited about.
I don't know.
but I can't remember it now, so maybe I
So I
will.
guess it's not,
Splatoon
yeah.
3.
Oh, Splatoon
Oh
3.
my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
actually, I'm
Yeah, but it wasn't
I'm
like a
Are
real
you excited
gameplay
about
of it.
that?
Yeah,
I
Splatoon's
love
fun.
Splatoon.
Yeah,
I
me and
played it
Dylan
with my
both
brother a
love
couple
it.
times. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm still mad about the Nintendo just absolutely shitting on they tried to make an esports scene for Splatoon, and then the way that Nintendo squatted over the Splatoon players and absolutely defecated on them by having the grand prize for their Splatoon tournament be a $50 gift card.
Nintendo
Really?
is not really known for like their online or their
Yeah.
competitive
I-
anything.
I'm,
No,
I'm
but
almost-
they
Nintendo proper, I mean, right?
right,
Like,
but
so-
Nintendo. Yeah, but like Nintendo will like, hey, we're gonna do all this online stuff, and then people are like, okay, we're gonna take your thing seriously, and then they're like, wait, what?
yeah, just don't take it seriously. Yeah, like
Yeah.
No.
But that's
no,
my
no.
problem with Nintendo is that they bait people into doing it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And like,
I mean, we're
it's
as a group here don't really take it seriously when we see Nintendo like do
yeah,
something like
you're
that.
wearing
like,
a
oh,
onesie.
okay.
I understand that.
I'm just saying.
Man, that's a good one.
me, the overly competitive gamer. Like Nintendo just constantly seems to like be holding middle fingers up to my face. I keep waiting for them to release like an updated version of the Switch, something that can run like Breath of the Wild at a stable frame rate. Because in order to get like a stable frame rate on Breath of the Wild, you have to go to the Wii U, which is insane to me. That your new console is worse than your old console
That's
for your flagship game.
Yeah. I mean, it's Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's like
You're not
it's like
wrong.
the most Nintendo
It's
thing
big
to
Nintendo,
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so like because there were a lot of rumors like I don't know a year back. It's like yeah they're gonna do it. They're gonna release the updated Switch. They're gonna release the
We've been
updated Switch.
talking about that since like a year
Since the
after
Switch
first-
originally released,
yeah.
and it's
it
like
will happen, and it will be called the new Switch.
It'll be called Super Switch, like the Super
It's
something
Nintendo
like
Switch
that.
or something
The-
like
the
that.
Switch
Super
U.
Nintendo Switch.
and so
They call it the Switch Wii or
Yeah.
the Wii Switch.
The
they've
thing,
had all these rumors.
well, the thing with Nintendo, I think the big problem is Nintendo is still killing it in sales. Right? So like there's no reason for them to do better because they're at the top of the game still. Right? Like
I don't know. I see them poisoning a lot of their goodwill in the community wise.
no, they're
I know that
poisoning
their
the
games are
community
doing
for-
fine.
They're poisoning the community for like hardcore people, but in the casual market where the money
They're
is,
fucking killing
they're
it.
killing it. They're murdering it.
Yeah, but so like people don't pay attention to the hardcore community are the people who talk the loudest about you though. Like the casual community might be fine. Their sales might still be good, but it is slowly chipping away for them.
Is it though? I don't think it is. So
In terms of their goodwill with the community,
I
absolutely.
think you can say that for specific games. Or
yeah.
In terms of like Nintendo supporting
Series.
like actual gamers, in terms of Nintendo like releasing interesting games with this Nintendo Direct, I think my perception is that it's deteriorating.
I don't think that way based on their sales numbers, right? Because at the end of the day, the sales numbers is what dictates their actions. And the fact that the Switch was the #1 selling console for 24 months straight, even with next gen releases, tells me that most users aren't even listening to the hardcore community and don't care.
I think that a lot of those sales numbers are possibly inflated because of COVID, of people staying
I mean,
in.
it's definitely
100%,
prime,
yeah.
100%, but
Yeah.
it doesn't change the fact that they're there, right? Like,
The other consoles
My
were
argument-
available to a degree, right?
yeah, like,
Right, and they were the only ones available, right? And like my argument is that I think Nintendo needs a course of action, or I think it can very suddenly explode in their face.
yeah. I just don't think
I generally disagree with that, but I do agree if they don't make things better. There are a lot of faults with a lot of Switch games.
Sure.
A lot of big Switch games, like important ones. If they don't make those better going forward, I can see it blowing up.
I mean, they're
face
definitely resting on
because-
their laurels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
and their laurels aren't great.
I mean,
Listen.
their laurels I will almost. I know this is probably a dumb thing to do, but I will almost guaranteed buy every Zelda game going
Right.
forward.
Their laurels are Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, and they are sitting on those, and they didn't bring out anything new in this Nintendo Direct. And those are multi-year-old games at this point.
Yeah, and they're still killing the sales.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying, like they're resting on. There's only so long you can do that. I think that there is an expiration date on these laurels.
I think with Nintendo, as long as they put out a banger once every other year, like it keeps people buying stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Like people are like,
I mean,
the only way I can play these bangers is on the Switch, so like they can slow drip stuff.
Look at
and they
Animal
have
Crossing
been.
this year.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all you
But I
need to
mean,
know.
COVID really sold Animal Crossing. Let's be.
Yeah, COVID sold
No.
Animal Crossing, and Animal Crossing, as far as I can tell, as a community game, has died really quickly compared to other Animal Crossings.
It is the worst one I've ever played. By
Yeah.
far.
But I mean,
In my-
we also have to like one thing you have to think about is like the users are not us. The majority of the users are not us, right? Like so we're looking at it our lenses, but our lens isn't the lens of the majority. Our lens is the lens of the minority. You know what I mean?
I am adult.
Yeah, I think they just become a harder and harder sell as kids are still playing Minecraft because Minecraft still gets content updates.
Dude, have you seen Roblox? Roblox is killing it right now.
Yeah, Roblox is taking away that Zoomer market,
But
and I think
Roblox
that's
is like a fucking 10-year-old game at this point.
But they're murdering. They're murdering.
Yeah, they're murdering, and like these are the factors that I see. Like the hardcore gamers are one side are dying,
But
for Nintendo,
is
and then
Roblox making more money than Nintendo? I don't think so.
No, but
Nintendo's a company like Apple where they just have insane cash reserves. They could do shitty for the next 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And would still
but
be
I
in
mean,
business.
Even then, they're still putting out these games that maybe aren't perfect, but they're still raking in tons of money.
That's the thing with Nintendo. The demographic that plays Roblox is a demographic that also plays Nintendo games, right?
I don't think they overlap. I don't think they overlap. I think the people who play Roblox may play Nintendo games, but the people who are playing people who are playing Nintendo games aren't necessarily playing Roblox.
Sure. But I mean, that's where a lot of money is.
That's true.
I think
parents have money,
right?
I think the mobile market, especially internationally, is starting to encroach on Nintendo's territory.
I agree with that. Yes, especially with I am blanking on the name.
What, Genshin Impact or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah, Genshin Impact did a really good job.
That's knockoff Breath of the Wild.
Knockoff Breath of the Wild, free to play. Prints money because people get addicted to gambling. Like Genshin Impact is the first like AAA mobile game, right? And if you
Diablo Immortals.
Yeah, we'll see how Diablo Immortal goes.
I heard it's better than
I heard
expected.
it's surprisingly good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. I don't know.
But it's a mobile game, so I'm never going to play it.
The Chinese market.
Titans.
Yeah, I mean the Chinese market is going to absolutely eat up Diablo Immortal. They're going to murder it. It's going to print money for Blizzard, and they're only going to release mobile games for the entire. Like Activision is a mobile game company now. Like I feel like there is a window where Nintendo can get shit on.
Maybe.
Oh, I am 100% in line with you there.
It's possible.
But
we'll see.
I think that their brand will, as long as they continue to put out quality games, I think.
I don't know what you mean by continue.
So,
like, how old?
Here's the thing to remember about Nintendo: they have a level of polish that's basically unseen in any other like AAA developer.
Yeah.
Like even their shitty games, like there's still some rough around the edges. Like online, always shitty, but like just the core fundamentals. Like, have you ever played a Mario game with, for its time, the movement didn't feel absolutely amazing.
Right, but those are strictly first party games. Like Nintendo's big issue is that there are no third party games, right?
Yeah, but Nintendo thrives off their first party titles.
So much money.
Yeah.
Like that's
like
where
they don't
make
need
the money.
anything else.
There's a reason why those first party titles never go on sale, right? They're always full price. If they go on sale, it's like $10,
still
right?
$60.
Yeah. Like I just bought Mario Kart, which is a remake, and I paid full price for it. Like
they're not dealing with that 30% cut with that. They're getting 100% of the revenue.
And rarely they patch their titles, right? Because generally when they release their titles, they're pretty much solid. Like they don't have a lot of patching.
Yeah. My argument is that they're resting on those laurels. They don't have those third-party games, and that's like exactly where the mobile space. But that's where the mobile space can pull people away from Nintendo.
But they're not concerned about third-party titles. Nintendo is okay with resting on it because they know people will spend the money for their first-party titles. Kind of like how Sony does really good first-party titles, right? And that's actually what essentially.
No, Sony. I mean, Sony has really good first-party titles, but they are also do a lot to bring third-party developers on board and promote third-party exclusives on PlayStation. It isn't first-party titles that they're making; it's third-party exclusives. Yeah, and that's why Sony won the last console over Xbox. That's why they're going to win this one because making games in-house is expensive, and using those third parties and like getting those exclusives locally, I think is where a big part of the battle is going to be in the next 3 to 5 years. Like a big reason why Google Stadia is shitting the bed is because they spent all of the money working on a first party game. And they're like, oh, this is more expensive than even we thought. And we're Google and we literally have infinite money.
I don't think Nintendo's business.
Different...
Yeah, Nintendo's business plan is not that though. They're not concerned about. They're concerned about third-party titles when it comes to like indies, because like the Switch has turned into an indie gaming platform in many ways, but they're not looking for AAA exclusives or AAA titles as much as everyone else, right? They're like, I think hey, we don't need.
I think the Switch is a platform where indie titles get ported to, right? Like eventually you're like, okay, we'll do a Switch port. But if those ports start going to phones, I think Nintendo is in deep shit.
I don't think so.
I generally agree with that actually. But I don't think that
like Nintendo's big game last year was Hades, and that was available on literally everything. And if Hades went to your like a smartphone or an iPad that people had.
Yeah, Nintendo's big game was Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
and that is there's Animal Crossing.
Other than Animal Crossing, but Animal Crossing died so fast. Like it usually lasts years.
It died online. It died online. What? Like it died to hardcore gamers, but it's still one of the top selling games.
It's still selling crazy.
Yeah,
it's dead to us, but it is still a top selling game.
Yeah,
I think Nintendo 3D All-Stars came out last year also, which even disappointing like as it is, still sell like
you have which game?
3D All-Stars Mario.
Yeah,
like it's unfortunate it sold as well as it did. Like
I think
like it's dead maybe on Twitch and it's dead maybe on like those platforms, but as a whole, the casual audience is still eating it up.
I mean, they aren't eating it up at like Minecraft levels,
but that's also like best case scenario.
Yeah.
Like Minecraft is transcendental.
Right, but Minecraft it has the audience overlap that it could completely cannibalize Nintendo. Like you're giving Nintendo this imaginary box where they live in where they don't have to care about anything externally, but I think that box, it has existed in the past. It's been there for like the last 15 years, but I think that time is waning if Nintendo doesn't make a radical shift to do better.
I want to hope that's what happens.
I mean, we would love that, right? Like, we would love that. I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen with Nintendo.
I don't think Nintendo's going to do better, and I think that they're going to slowly start getting stripped away because, with the original with the Wii U, they were in real danger of everything getting shipped away. Like the Switch was a big hit for them, but if they don't do something new, I think the Switch can get completely cannibalized by mobile. And I think Genshin Impact is a really good story of how that can look for them in the future.
When you put it that way, I 100% agree with you, but I think and I want to believe that Nintendo will do something. I don't know what that something will be, whether it's a new console, a Switch Pro.
Right. And all I'm saying is that this Nintendo Direct, I think, is very scary because there's almost nothing here.
Yeah.
That's been my whole argument, is like it's scary to me because there's almost nothing here.
Yeah. I'm with you there, but I want to pump the brakes. I don't want to say Nintendo fanboys jump on us and say, whatever's going on. I think that they will. We have to remember, this is their first Direct in what, a year, 2 years, or something, right?
No, they had one. Did they have one in like November or something?
But they've had like those weird mini directs. Where it's
they do a bunch of mini directs.
Yeah, they do a bunch of mini ones. Yeah.
But this is the first like long one. I think that this year there will be more substantial things. I think this is all speculation. I have nothing to add to this besides speculation. I think that come E3 time, something big will come out.
Yeah, I think Treehouse
Switch
Direct
Pro.
has to be big.
Yeah.
I think Treehouse Direct has to be big.
There will be something.
That's all I'm saying. Is like this felt really weak to me, and I think the Treehouse Direct or whatever it's called has to be big for him.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
that's all I'm trying to say.
I'm sure we're gonna get some kind of like Breath of the Wild 2 gameplay or something.
Oh, let me tell you something. That's coming, baby.
Yeah,
it's coming.
Did they release the I don't know, like like the old samurai games, where like
Ninja Guy.
You would no, where like you'd be like. Yeah, you would have like the one hero samurai, and then there would just be like thousands of Dynasty Warriors. Yeah. They weren't they releasing a second Zelda Dynasty Warriors game?
Yeah.
Did that already come out?
That already came out.
Yeah. It's
already came out.
Good,
okay.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed the demo.
The demo did not work well for me.
I didn't have your graphical issues or your frame rate issues. But because
I know that they announced it, I just didn't know if it came out or not. Because I don't have a Switch yet because I've been holding off for that upgraded Switch game that they keep announcing. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to getting it. I'll probably get it.
You should get it
when it comes out.
I will be down to play some Switch games with you.
I mean, we play a lot of Switch games.
Yeah, I don't want to play with you. I want to play with Burger.
Fuck you. All right.
We can play together.
All right. Let's close this up. Let's spin this up real fast. All right. PlayStation monthly games, PS Plus games came out. Final Fantasy VII Remake is on the PS Plus. 100% banger. Remnant from the Ashes, also a great game.
10 out of 10. That shit is so tight.
I don't know why we don't play that game more.
Out of 10.
It's not a 10 out of 10, but it's a good game.
Not in any way.
Yeah, I do enjoy that game.
It's a great game to be on this.
Yeah,
okay, maybe 8 out of 10.
I recommend those games. I haven't played FF7 Remake. I'm so hyped that I didn't pay for it.
You and me.
The only first world problem with this PS Plus title, it is a PS4 version, and you're not getting the next gen PS5 upgrades for it. You actually have to pay extra to get that
fucking
upgrade.
Suck. You got it for free.
Yeah. Not really.
I'm happy
free,
they're upfront about it.
Yeah,
It's better than just.
Was
the remake good?
Yes.
Like I know a lot of like Final Fantasy VII purists who were super mad, but like
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you wanted the same thing with new graphics, that was never going to happen. Like
no.
The game doesn't hold up, minus the story and music.
Like I'm not I'm a huge Final Fantasy VII fan. Like original.
I like the old school RPG turn-based fighting. I'm a big fan of that.
I'm a big fan of that.
But
too.
like if they did that, it would not have sold.
It's not modern, yeah. Apparently, that's a mode you can turn on. You can turn on turn-based combat.
Okay.
I don't like sit on like the purest views on a lot of games.
Yeah.
So like I'm actually super hyped, and people are like, "Oh, this and this," and I'm like, "That's fine. Like it's whatever. Like they gotta modernize it and get with the times. I don't need it to be exactly the same. If I wanted it to be exactly the same, I would just go play the game, right?"
My problem Yeah, my problem with the remake was that for like a literal decade, Square Enix was like, no, you fucking idiots. We're not going to make this game. Fuck you. No, we're not going to do it. You're stupid. You're stupid. Okay, we'll make the game. And I'm like, well, now I feel stupid if I buy it. So fuck you, Square Enix. So I just like didn't care. And then a lot of the purists were like, no, I hate this. This isn't my game anymore. This is different. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad I stayed away from it.
Yeah. Which, if you wanted the same thing, just play the old one.
Yeah, just play the old one, which did not age
remake,
well,
not
to
a
be honest.
remaster.
Yeah,
that's the big thing.
Yeah, but I like change, so I'm actually excited about it. Other games is a puzzle game called Marquette. It's a first-person puzzle game, which is like an aiding game, and then the other one is a PSVR game. It's a first-person shooter PSVR game called Farpoint.
I've heard good things.
I tell you what, PS Plus, been killing it lately. They've been killing it.
Have literally always been killing it.
No, PlayStation is really good at bringing those third-party games and like getting people involved in it and like actually working with these outside studios.
Yeah. So this PS Plus looks great. Other news, PlayStation news. I'm just going to try to jam through this because this is getting long in the
it's fine.
Yeah.
Sony Japan Studios is restructuring. They are reorganizing and reports that game development at the first-party developer will be scaled back, so they're actually going to be doing less development. Sony announced Japan Studio will be recentered around Team Asobi, the team that did Astro's Playroom, which makes me sound like they're actually going to do an Astro Playroom full-on game, maybe. Because a lot of people were surprised how great Astro Playroom was, and that it was
even
free.
Astro's VR was by far my favorite VR game that I ever played. So
yeah,
more power to him.
I think. What's up?
Quick question: is this like the same thing where they're just cutting back on like original development, or are they going to continue doing like we're going to help out this other studio developing? Because I know that's what Japan Studio did mostly before.
All right, so here's the statement. In an effort to further strengthen business operations, SIE can confirm PlayStation Studios Japan Studio will be reorganized into a new organization on April 1st. Japan Studio will be recentered to Team Asobi, the creative team behind Astro Playroom, allowing the team to focus on a single version and build on the popularity of Astro Playroom.
Got it. So
that's pretty much that's their property now.
It seems like they're going to actually be focused on just developing that rather than
other stuff.
Just kind of like pitching in with other second party titles.
Yep. Yeah. They had their state of play. There wasn't like anything like that really caught my eye at the state of play, so I didn't like put a whole lot. The only thing that did catch my eye is their new title called Kinu Bridge of Spirits. I'm actually really excited about this title. It's going to be $40 on both PlayStation 5 and the PS4, which is a price point I didn't expect. I expected it to be a full $60 title or $70 title. It's August 24th this year.
It looks great.
It looks like a great title. Like I'm actually super hyped for this. I think it looks great. They had some other stuff, like they did more Deathloop stuff and more Returnal stuff, but which I'm excited. I'm actually super hyped for Returnal, but I figure we'll talk about it once we actually get to play it in our hands.
Yeah. Same for Deathloop. Like I'm going to buy them both.
We've talked about these games multiple times now, so I didn't want us to retread these topics. And then they did some other stuff, and it's cool. It's fine. But there's no real big bangers other than Kinu. I think I want to highlight this one because I think it's a new IP, right? And it's like a AA title. Is it a AA or a AAA title?
I think it's a AA.
Yeah,
that feels more accurate.
And I want it to be successful. Just from what I've seen, I want it to be really good and be successful. So
yeah.
Other than that, Sony announced the M2 storage on your PS5 will be accessible in the summer. So
good stuff.
Xbox news, Game Pass. We have Elite Dangerous, Killer Queen Black, Deadfire, Wreckfest, Dirt 5, another Super Hot, and Code Vein is coming to Game Pass.
I would love to try Killer Queen Black with you guys. I don't know if we have enough people, but I've heard it's a good party game.
I mean, it's up to 8 people.
Yeah.
Right. Or team up with 3 of your friends, so there's 4 people. I'm not opposed. Dirt 5, if you like that type of racing game, we're not racing people, so whatever.
I mean, I'll race you in a foot race.
Yeah.
I did pick up Trackmania, the new Trackmania. I'm kind of I like Trackmania style racing.
Okay.
Trackmania is a good racing game.
Yeah.
I find that I always want to like Trackmania more than I actually do, but I still.
I also understand that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking on racing games, Aiden and I downloaded Burnout Paradise.
Yeah.
So
We have not played it.
Sounds fun for
we
you guys.
might.
Listen to
We
the
might
next-
Isn't that like an original Xbox game?
It's an old ass game that they remade.
Arcade game.
Yep.
I never played it before.
I think if you're into Western RPGs, Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire is a game you should probably try if you're into Western RPGs.
Yeah.
And then if you're into Space Sims, Elite Dangerous is a fantastic space sim. If you're into
they're all solid games.
Yeah. Like it's a good list of games. And of course, Super Hot is just good fun. There is a Super Hot update coming to next gen consoles, and you get to play it at 120 frames.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tight.
Yeah, so it's a solid. I mean, Game Pass is always a banger. So the other thing, Xbox, is they announced their FPS Boost. So apparently they did some magic, and for legacy games, they're boosting games to like 60 FPS or 120 FPS. That doesn't require the developer to unlock the frame rate. They're using some kind of emulation or something to increase it.
Yeah. I mean, from what they show is like Far Cry 5, Sniper Elite, Watch Dogs 2. These are all games that probably got built on a Universal Windows platform. So they have like PC crossovers like very easily.
Yeah.
And so I think it's very easy to just like remove the line of code that says lock frames to 30.
Yeah.
And just because they have the upgraded hardware and they know those games can take it, they just like reset the frame rate limit to 60 or whatever.
Yeah. I think it's a cool thing. Like, it's something they didn't have to do.
It's great.
Right?
Like, yeah, but like, why not do it? Like, if you're trying to like sell that you're the next gen experience,
Yeah.
having games that like people will notice a change, I think, from like 30 to 60 FPS.
I think that's the most like it's huge when you go from 30 to 60. It's super obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a great technology thing they're going to be rolling out. So those were the titles that they're going to do initially, and then they're going to keep rolling out backwards compatible, which like takes like essentially they're taking backwards compatibility to like the next level, right? It's like it's no longer is it you can just play on these consoles, these games. We're actually making it better. I think it's a very great pro consumer thing that I don't think they actually needed to do.
It's definitely a way of creating positive buzz versus a $50 gift card for your Splatoon 2 tournament. Like, it's a much better way of interacting with your community, I think. Like, I do think Xbox and PlayStation are probably a bit more vulnerable. PlayStation, I feel like, is the most vulnerable of the three because Xbox can try and lean into the PC market as much as possible.
Which they're trying to do, right? Like,
And so, like, I do think that these guys recognize that they're probably more vulnerable than, say, like Nintendo does. And so, like, they want to do things that are just like that give that positive brand image in your mind.
Yeah, so those are just great stuff. And then lastly, EA announced some stuff. The next Dragon Age game is no longer going to be a live service or a multiplayer game. It is going to be single player only.
Good for them.
Which is awesome.
They made the not dumb choice.
I will not give them applause because they need to make game first.
I think that's a great shift. I think that's good news, like to see that shift. That's a huge thing for them to move away from a live service.
No, the live service part
wasn't great though.
No, the last one was dog shit.
Inquisition
was dog shit.
Pretty much, I think did
it was
pretty
okay
well commercially.
Yeah, commercially is fine, but it wasn't a great game.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah,
I want to say it wasn't a bad. It was like I want to say reviews was a good game. Praised. Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
You know what else reviewed fine? Sword and Shield. Suck my dick, Faulkner.
Yeah, but the problem with Nintendo is there's such a heavy bias with Nintendo games.
I know. But I think Dragon Age is near that point. I think it got better reviews than it deserved. It was an it wasn't a bad game, but when you think about like the old Dragon Age games, those games were amazing, right?
Yeah,
1 and
so-
2.
Were they?
Yeah,
I never got
Dragon
into
Age
them.
2,
To be honest, I
Dragon
never
Age
got
2 was
into them.
fantastic.
Yeah, I never got into them.
loved 1 and 2.
I don't know. I think if you really liked 2, you thought Inquisition was dog shit.
Here's the thing to remember: it's not a bad game. It's just not a good Dragon Age or Dragon Age game.
Yeah.
It's if it was under like a new IP, it would be pretty widely praised.
Yeah. I'm down with
Maybe.
that.
I mean,
I don't think
from like
Inquisition was
formal
bad.
reviews, it's actually widely praised. Inquisition was widely praised.
Yeah, but let me tell you something about formal reviews. I don't care.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you don't or you do. I'm just saying that's the reception.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
And
it did well in sales and it did well in reviews.
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you
About-
something.
Let me tell you something. I didn't like it.
That's fair.
I
I never
did-
beat
I
it.
did
I tried.
generally like
I
it.
tried to play it twice, and
Same.
I was like,
I bought it for $5,
yeah,
and I was like, this isn't terrible, but I don't want to keep playing this. There's other games that I would rather play.
yeah.
Yeah, I think the community Metacritic score of 7.4 is the correct scoring. It felt really average to me.
Yeah, I mean,
like a kind of like a step back versus
7.4 is not a bad score. It's not a great score, but it's
it's
fine.
I'm definitely using hyperbole when I say dog shit. When I just mean like it wasn't as good. It wasn't what I wanted, basically.
Yeah.
Um,
But either way, like, I think it's good that they are like, all right, we're gonna step back. I think that's a good sign.
Yeah.
I liked Divinity 2, like having an option of like being able to play like story games with your friends. So like seeing like the full multiplayer like solo only is kind of sad. Like, but it could be fine.
Which I get you on that. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
don't trust EA to make a kind of seamless experience like that rather than pretending you're making Dragon Age as an Anthem game, which
Is
that's gonna be my segue to you.
segue.
Wait.
Anthem further development is dead. Essentially, what?
Yeah, I think the last
Hey,
time I was
how
on
do
here.
blow my whistle. Hey, Faulkner said this game was gonna come back real hard.
No, I didn't say
How many
that.
times?
I said they're working on trying to make a comeback.
Yeah,
If they do it,
we-
it would be cool, I guess. But
The last
it's
time
really
I was
hard to
on
pull
here-
a Final Fantasy 14 remake.
This
right?
is
Or
Yeah.
this
reboot.
is a lot of backtracking.
No, it's
in my
not.
opinion.
No. The last time I was on here, I think I brought it up. I'm like, because like, has there been any news on Anthem? Because I haven't heard shit. And Chris was like, yeah, they're gonna try and do like a Realm Reborn kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then now we're a couple weeks later, and it's just like, no.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's the right
It's-
decision. It is 100% the right decision. Right. Like if I was running a business,
Yeah.
if I was EA, the decision is, why are we developing this we're trying to develop a game 2 years after launch. The difference between Realm Reborn is they tried rebooting really shortly after launch, right? It's been 2 years.
No, it was like a year
Time
and a
out.
half or something like that.
Time out. What is Realm Reborn?
Final Fantasy 14.
Final Fantasy 14 came out.
Okay.
It was dog shit.
It was an absolutely
Literal
broken
dog
piece of
shit.
shit.
Literal
dog
dog shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I remember Final
Yeah.
Fantasy.
Now
getting
it's
their take on
considered the MMO on the
Yeah.
market.
Well, it's still WoW. But
Yeah, from like
Final-
from
Games
an
that aren't
actual like
WoW. Yeah.
from games that aren't WoW, yeah, it's the MMO.
Yeah. Yeah, I think canceling this Anthem development, like it's like it's the right decision to play, right?
Yeah. Just scrap
Yeah.
the systems.
Yeah.
Use them on something else.
It had a terrible launch. It has a lot of bad blood, right? The thing about Fantasy 14 is it didn't have the hype that Anthem had, right? So
It's a little
Maybe
bit
not in
easier.
your circles.
no, I'm just talking about in the general population, right? I think Anthem had
yeah,
way more hype than Final Fantasy 14.
I agree with that. I think in the gaming world, Anthem was much more hyped
Yeah,
than
than
Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I only say that because Final Fantasy 14 was put out as a MMO
Mhm.
originally, right?
Yeah, it still
It
is.
still is, yeah.
And yeah, it still is. But I think a lot of and I'll say gamers with quotation marks. I think a lot of gamers just want something to go and play.
Yeah, there's no subscription, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Final Fantasy IV is a subscription, so it only caters to a specific demographic more so. It has a much more narrow demographic than Anthem
It's
would
real
have.
big with the weebs.
Yeah, so like
I got friends who still play it.
Because Anthem has a much wider demographic, it's going to have more bad blood, right? There's more chum in the water, right? So it just had like a terrible release. It had terrible support even during its release, right? They're like, oh, we have these content plans and stuff like that. And that all fell. Like, they didn't follow through with it. They did one content release, like major content release, and it did not do well. So, like, let's kill this project. And let's move these developers to a project that we're actually going to, like, try to make money on.
I'm sad that Anthem's canceled, but it's the right call.
I mean, I'm just sad that Anthem didn't deliver what it promised, right? Like, at the end of the day.
Anywhere close.
Yeah.
I'm not sad because I called it.
Well, you called it when you got to play the beta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I would have loved it.
I feel like that's still calling it.
Yeah.
I think Anthem still lives on in Andromeda, though.
What?
Well,
Just without the flying.
Because the gunplay is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, I'll give it to you.
Does Andromeda live on positively in the hearts of anyone?
I have recently started playing it again, and it's still a bad game.
It's a bad Mass Effect game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah.
Bad Mass Effect game. Not a terrible game. Not a good game. But
it was the most glitchy, buggy garbage in the entire world.
Burger, let me tell you something.
Just like Anthem.
Every time I play the game now, I still get face bugs.
I never got that. It's so weird.
It's so It's so.
I never got that. It was so weird because I played Andromeda at launch, right? And people were like on Reddit and stuff putting all their glitches. Like, I have yet to find this. I've yet to find these bugs.
I guarantee you were just ignoring them because I played at launch.
I also skip a lot of cutscenes. I skip a fuck ton of cutscenes. I'm like,
it was mostly cutscenes.
Yeah.
They are very bad and very noticeable.
Yeah.
You'll be talking to somebody like I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
And my eyes are like in the back of my head. And my face is like melting to the sides.
To be honest, I played Andromeda because I just really enjoyed the gunplay.
The gunplay is great.
The combat was great.
Yeah, I love the combat
system. I will continue to play the game just for that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I love to be able to shift classes on the fly. I love that I don't have to create multiple characters to experience other parts of like builds and stuff. That's what I loved about it. As it's almost like a casual approach, right? Because I was like, my problem with like Mass Effect 1, and I've probably played through it like 2 or 3 times, is like because I want to try different build varieties, right? And,
I do like that about Andromeda. Anyways, let me help out here. This shit's over. We're not gonna talk anymore. This is episode 59. I have to take a piss so bad. Fuck you guys. I love everybody here. I will talk to you guys in like 30 seconds after this is over. Fuck you guys.
Bye.
Bye everyone. Bye.